Hi, my name is Dave Katowski. I'm one of the directors and founders of Team Elevate, and we wanted to put together a video for all the parents and players who are going to be coming to our tryouts over the next 2 weekends of what to expect, and hopefully this video will take some of the nerves away and kind of set expectations of how we run tryouts, what we do, and get the girls ready. So the first thing is we ask all the kids to make sure you're registered for the tryouts. When you register, please put down the correct position that you're going to be trying out for, because that's what's going to go on each of the evaluator sheets. Prior to getting to the actual tryout, all the kids should try to make sure they have their sticks in the hands over the next few days. Hit some wall ball, do a little shooting, those things just to get your confidence level up and make sure you're coming into the tryout ready and prepared. When you actually get to the tryout, we're going to have a tent set up with 2 different tables. At those tables, they'll be by alphabetical organization there. Go to the right table for you. You'll check in and you'll get your penny. That penny is yours to keep, and you're going to keep that for 2 days. We have a 2-day tryout in case some kids can't make one day, but also maybe a kid doesn't have a great tryout one day and they get to redeem themselves on the second day. But we always do 2 days of tryouts for the girls, so we think that's kind of important. From a standpoint of expectations, the one thing I'll tell you is this. There will be not one girl who will be at our tryouts who's going to have a perfect tryout. Everyone's going to make mistakes, and the one thing I'll tell you is that it's totally okay to make mistakes. We actually, as a program at Team Elevate, we encourage kids to make mistakes, because when they're making mistakes, it's usually because they're trying to get out of their comfort zone. They're trying to push themselves and push their limits, and that's a good thing. But when they make mistakes, we also want to see, how do they handle those mistakes? Are you slamming your stick? Are you hanging your head? Or are you going out and making the next play and thus erasing that mistake? So don't be afraid at tryouts of making mistakes. It's totally okay. Everyone's going to make mistakes. The tryout format that we run is very different than most tryouts that you're used to. It's run much more like a practice, actually. And one of the things that we're looking for in the tryouts from the kids is coachability. We will actually be coaching the kids during the tryouts. So we'll be telling them, hey, try to do this differently. We want to see how they actually handle it. Are they going to keep doing it the same way, or are they going to try to do it our way? And that's something that's real important as they get ready for college, is to look at is how coachable are they? So that's something to know going into the tryouts that you're going to see, is that a coach may pull your kid aside and actually coach them, and which we think is a great thing. The format of the tryouts is pretty simple. On day 1, when the kids get there, they're going to go through a warm-up and stick work. While they're going through that, the goalies will be getting shot on, and that'll be their first chance to get seen. But in a warm-up situation, the goalie's going to get warmed up and shot on. After that, we're going to jump into one-on-ones, and we'll break it up by the attack versus the defense, and then the middies versus each other. And we're trying to see if kids can get the goal and how do they play defense. It's pretty straightforward. After that, we'll go into unsettled situations, 3-on-2s, 4-on-3s, 5-on-4s, etc. And we want to see playmaking ability. We want to see how kids handle decision-making ability. Are you trying to run through players, or are you trying to hit the open girl? And it's a great chance to see that. And then lastly, we're going to run game scrimmages, and we'll watch the girls in game scrimmages. Now, the evaluators that we have, we'll have a lot of evaluators there. You'll see them. They'll have shirts that say evaluator on them. And we bring in evaluators from not only the team that is the coaching staff for the respective age group, but across all age groups. So we also bring in coaches outside of our program. We usually bring in college players who act as evaluators who don't even know the kids. The way we break up the evaluators are assigned to a specific position. So they'll be watching goalies, defense, attack, or middies, rather than just looking at all of the kids on the field. It's a much better way to run things, and it's much more individualistic, so that we can actually look at kids and gain an understanding of each kid rather than just looking at an entire field. Day 2 of tryouts, we will just go through quick warm-up, and then we're going to get into scrimmages. And it's actually game scrimmages. We bring in varsity refs from Long Island to ref the scrimmages, so that our evaluators can focus on nothing but evaluating. And we usually videotape those games as well, so we can go back and re-watch them. We're looking for a bunch of different things from the kids, and we'll be evaluating them on lacrosse IQ, stick work, coachability, their aggressiveness, their defense, their offense, can they get the goal, and all those things that we're looking at. And I'll tell you things we're not looking for. We're not looking for ball hogs. We're not looking for kids who are trying to do too much. We're looking for smart lacrosse players, and I think that's pretty straightforward. From a parent standpoint, we want to give the parents a couple tips that will help you as well. The first thing is on the car ride over, try not to talk about the tryout. Don't stress your daughter out. As a parent myself, I know that we can stress our own kids out. But if you want to say one thing to them, just ask them. Play hard, give it everything they have, and have fun while they're there. And then afterwards, when they're done, no matter how they did, tell them that you loved watching them play that day. And that's real important. The one thing we ask you not to do is please don't coach your kids from the sidelines. But we ask you not to be silent. One thing that we ask all our parents to do is to cheer for the kids at the practices that we're doing. And I call it practice because it really is much more practice than a tryout. But cheer for them. If you see a kid make a great play, cheer for them. Not just for your own daughter, cheer for all the kids. And it helps them with their nerves when they make a great play and they hear the cheer. So that's a really good thing. For the girls, hey, just have a good time. Don't be stressed out. Your lacrosse is a great game. You'll make some team somewhere. This isn't a life and death situation. So hopefully we'll see you at tryouts. We'll have a lot of fun while we're there. You'll learn a little bit, and we'll get a chance to see just what you have to offer, and hopefully you'll make one of our teams. So thanks so much. We look forward to seeing you all at tryouts.